Hello everyone, welcome. Today we're going to do a chair class. So perfect if you are at work, you're already in your position. If perhaps you just don't feel like getting down on the mat today, but you still want some movement. So I invite you to join me. I do have a couple of things, a hand towel. Of course, mine has a cat on it. But if you have a hand towel, an opportunity to grab it, you definitely don't need it, but if you'd like to. I have some aromatherapy, and it doesn't have to be essential oils. You can always use a candle, lotion, just a smell that you can relate to help you in the present moment to just enjoy what's going on. And then I have a block, and the block is for underneath of the feet. If you are finding any pressure or sensations that are uncomfortable, raising the feet might help take some of the pressure off of the hips and the low back. And so totally optional. And you don't have to have a block. You can use a small footstool, anything that will fit underneath your feet. And so you can always pause the video to grab the things you need to. And when you're ready, come back and we will begin. Fruit Loop is joining us today. Big fan of chair yoga because he likes to sniff feet and to have some pets in the meantime. And so whenever you're ready, just root through the sits bones. Those are those little bony prominences of our bottom. And let's come to that tall spine. And whatever your tall spine looks like today, reaching the crown of the head up toward the ceiling, pressing down with the feet and the sits bones. And let's just take a few moments to connect with our breath. Taking an inhale and exhales, and not changing anything as we begin, but just familiarizing ourselves with what comes into the body and leaves the body from the standpoint of our breath. And whatever's been going on today, or maybe your day is just beginning, arriving in the present moment, a moment of sharing this time together of peace and tranquility, while energizing our bodies at the same time. The union of yoga that allows us to do both, energize, rest, and restore at the same time. Let's do a couple more breaths, closing the eyes or keeping them open, whatever makes you comfortable. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to do a breath practice together called Breath of Joy and a seated breath of joy. So we're going to bring the arms out front, and it's 3 small inhales and 1 exhale. And the exhale can look like a bit of a forward fold, or you can simply bring hands to the lap. So let's do that together. 3 small sips of air. Exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. We'll bring ourselves back to that tall, neutral spine. And taking the chin, dipping it down toward the chest, feeling the expansion through the back of the neck, shoulders relaxing down. Let's begin to just sway the head side to side, maybe picturing a smile in front of us, and we're tracing from corner to corner the very edge of the smile. And staying with our smile or choosing to circle the head, maybe our smile becomes bigger all the way around, and perhaps it turns into a sunshine that we're tracing. our nose around. And noticing what's going on in our body, any pain, choosing to stop, any sensations that maybe we're not familiar with, just choosing to explore those sensations, but working within the realm of our body, how it feels. Once you come to the bottom, you can switch directions if you like. And perhaps we inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. Let's do about 1 or 2 more circles, the directions of your choice. And then as we come back to that tall, neutral spine, let's draw the elbows in toward the ribs. Now, as we inhale, we're going to bring thumbs toward one another, stretching, lengthening the spine, and exhale, drawing elbows toward ribs. Let's flow through our moonflower arms for a few breaths. Inhaling as we lengthen, exhaling as we draw everything in. Let's do about 2 more. And we'll bring hands back down to our lap. Take that right arm and we're going to draw the elbow back toward the ribs, and then take the left ear toward the left shoulder. We're taking some of the pressure off of the body as we draw the elbow in, some of the pressure off that back body so we can find that stretch through the neck. Relaxing the shoulder down, softening the face. And as we come back with our head coming back through center, let's go ahead and extend that right arm all the way up. Might place the left arm on the chair as we gently lean over toward the left. And we'll come back through center. As we switch sides, that left arm drawing the elbow back toward the ribs, softening the shoulders as the shoulder allows, and then tilting the right ear toward the right shoulder. Checking on the breath, that it's just flowing, no particular breath, just breathing in and breathing out. And as we bring our head up towards center, inhale, lifting that left arm, and on the exhale, gently leaning across the body to the right. We'll come back through center. I'll take my feet off of the block and scoot forward just a bit, if that feels nice to you. Feet a little bit wider and hands on our thighs. Some seated cat-cow. So as we round the back, draw the chin down, that cat arching of the back. Inhaling, lifting the heart and the head into our cow posture. We're moving our spine round. And I'm going to turn to the side a bit so that you can see what I'm doing. So as we lift the heart, and then we round the back. So moving through our cat-cow. Remembering that cat-cow looks different, every pose looks different on every body. So honoring the body that you brought to the mat today. Let's do a few more of our cat-cows. One more time. And then we're going to go ahead and stand. Be careful of whatever is in front of you, block or footstool. We're going to come to the back of the chair. I'm going to turn my chair just so you can see what I'm doing, but you can keep your chair forward. So hands there to support us as we start to walk the feet back, coming into a version of our downward facing dog. Sending the hips back, extending the arms long, softening through the face and the chest as we take a few breaths. And supporting ourselves, feet underneath of the hips so we don't tip the chair back on us. And we drop and soften into our downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. And then as we elevate the body a bit more, we might walk our feet in a little closer and come to this kind of plank pose where we're lengthening the body and we have our hands so that we feel supported and that chair does not move. We might even come a little closer, maybe elbows softened a bit. We just hold the body strong. And then when you're ready, let's walk backwards to that downward facing dog. And then we'll walk ourselves forward. So taking it just a bit of time just to experiment, to play with walking ourselves back, finding that stability, walking ourselves forward, maybe even into more of a plank if we have it in our practice today, but whatever feels right for you. And wherever you are, we'll meet at the top of the mat by the chair, using that chair as support, and we're going to step that right foot back. We're going to come into a high lunge. So the back heel off of the ground, the front knee over the ankle, stretching through that back leg. And as we lift the heel and then press it back down, stimulating that lymphatic flow, stimulating our muscles, stretching through the Achilles, our calf, all kinds of wonderful benefits. Let's do a couple more pulses. Our last one will drive that heel down, and maybe we press into the left hand and bring the right hand to the hip for a gentle twist. Coming back through center and switching out our feet. Taking a moment to set the feet so that front knee over the ankle, that back foot at a distance where we feel secure, but challenging ourselves to feel some sensations in the back leg. As we lift and lower the heel. And that last time, releasing that heel down. Then if you like, placing the right hand on the chair, the left hand to the hip, and a gentle twist to the left. And we'll bring ourselves back to center, all 10 toes to the top. I'm going to come back to the chair. We're going to come into Warrior Two. So if that is something that you'd like to do in a standing position, then feel free. Otherwise, we will come to our chair since we have it right here, and why not use it, right? So we're going to bring the legs wide. We're going to take this left foot and point it out so that our toes are toward the wall facing away from us. We're going to take this back foot and we're going to just extend it. It's a little bit awkward. We come to the top of the chair. Still trying to find a way that feels good. There we go. I need to come to the front of my chair a bit more. And then let's extend the arms out. We're taking care of that back knee. If it feels uncomfortable, maybe we just bring it to a bit of a bend. It feels more comfortable for me. Now taking that front arm, rotating the palm up, let's lift into our reverse warrior. We'll come back to our warrior two. Fruit Loop came to say hi again. And let's rotate back to center. As we take and just switch our sides. Maybe this back leg extends out a bit more. Maybe it stays tucked. We're opening the hips. So wherever we are, extending the arms out wide, softening the shoulders, softening the face, just being present. And as we rotate that front arm open, lifting the front arm, perhaps grabbing the chair with that back arm into our reverse warrior. We'll release the hands back down. Soften the shoulders, soften the face. And let's imagine that front arm as our destination for today. Our destination toward peace and calm. If it's the beginning of the day, if it's the end of the day, wherever it is, we're heading toward peace, calm, tranquility. And let's release the hands to the hips and rotate back to center. If you have that towel, or you can use a belt, a strap, whatever, let's go ahead and reach for that. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can just use your arms, but if you have something to assist you, please use it. I'm going to scoot about halfway up on my chair to give me a little bit of room. Feet are pretty wide for a base as we ground through the feet, that solid ground. And let's inhale as we lift the shoulders, if it feels all right on our shoulders. Gentle tension as though we're pulling whatever's in our hand apart. As we lean to one side, we maintain that tension. We come back through center. Exhale as we lean to the side. So thinking of our spine like a slinky, that when we inhale, we lengthen so that it bends a bit better as we go to the side. So inhaling up, exhaling to the side. Let's do a few more. As we meet back in the center, bending the elbows in toward the sides, just as we did earlier, releasing down and noticing the release of the shoulders, the clavicles, the collarbones, as the elbows draw into the side. Let's inhale, bring whatever's in our hand back up. Exhale, releasing everything down. Gently tugging on the towel, the rope, the belt, whatever we have. Let's do a few more times. beauty of the breath, inhaling as we rise, exhaling as we bring it toward our heart center. One more time. We're going to circle with our object, drawing big circles. Let's switch directions. Increasing our shoulder mobility, stoking the fire. Switching directions as you like. My arms are getting a little tired. I don't know if yours are. So when we have done, let's say 2 more circles, the direction of your choice, we're going to bring our hands up tall, draw the elbows into the side, all the way down through the belly, through the thighs, down to the shins, and find that forward fold. You can release whatever you have in your hands down. Maybe we bring feet together a bit more as we find this fold. I'm going to use my block to kind of bring the ground up to me. And so we find this fold. We tuck the chin. We allow the back of the neck to have that release. And whenever you're ready, walking our hands up the body. Scoot back in our chair. Maybe even leaning back if you have a sense of support. Our feet underneath us. Let's take that left foot all the way out. Circle the ankle. And then let's do the right. Extend, bend the ankle, extend the leg, straighten the leg, and circle the ankle. And we place the foot back down. Now we can continue circling. We're going to go back to the left leg. We can continue circling that foot, or if it's in our practice, we can draw that knee in. Maybe we draw it in and find some activation of the leg. Perhaps we cross it over and find a bigger hip stretch. So whatever you've chosen, circling the ankle, drawing the knee in, coming to this one leg cross. Perhaps we lean forward a bit, more sensation through the outer hip and thigh. And knowing that whatever you've chosen is right for you today. Wherever we are, let's take about 3 breaths. And we'll bring ourselves back up tall. As we switch legs, that right foot or left foot, doesn't matter. Just do each side. Extending the foot, perhaps circling the ankle. If that feels good and you want to stay there, we can draw the knee in if that feels better. Or perhaps we even open out the leg into the hip. Leaning forward if we'd like more sensation, or dialing it back if it's too much. Wherever we land, closing the eyes, softening, giving our body permission to just let go. Two more rounds of breath. A round of breath being an inhale and an exhale. We'll unwind the body. Take our wrist, circle the wrist, bringing them all the way up. And as we flick the wrist, we're going to sprinkle down some goodness onto the world, which I think we all need right now. Let's circle the wrist, circling our way to the very top and sprinkling down some goodness. One more time, circling the hands. Exhaling and sprinkling down some goodness. And finally, we'll take the hands and just place the fingertips on the back of the head, thumbs at the base of our skull, and we might lean back in the chair, offering support as we open through the chest, taking a breath or two. And then releasing our hands down. Let's take a few moments to allow ourselves some connection with our body, an opportunity to truly melt into our chairs. As we close the eyes, if it's comfortable, or gazing down the bridge of the nose, reacquainting ourselves with the breath, just your own normal breath. We soften the eyes, the cheekbones, the side of our face, even the ears, we can picture them maybe dropping a little lower. As our jaw softens, the tongue might release from the roof of the mouth. We notice the chest rising and falling, the ribs expanding out and in as we soften the shoulders and soften the heart space. Our arms become heavy. We might feel the belly rise and fall. A softness to our breath, a softness to our abdominals. Our hips seated firmly, pressing down. Our legs growing heavy. Just awareness of the contact of our feet on the mat. We might even lift the toes, wiggle them a few, and then place them back down. And as we fall in love with these few final moments of taking care of ourselves, falling in love with the path of slowing down, of healing, and of growing awareness of what we need today to find peace and happiness. As we take about 3 more breaths in and out, in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. And we come back to the present moment, or you can stay there as long as you like, But as we blink the eyes open, we might need a few more circles or movements of the neck if we're particularly tight through the upper body today. And we bring our hands to our heart center. I thank you all for allowing me to be in your homes today. Thank you. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. And may you find peace and ease. Closing out our time together with love, honor, and respect. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day or evening.